Welcome to Daily English Commit, 10 minutes of practical English a day for busy workers.
Story 1. The Small Office Ceremony. This morning, Lena came to the office early. Today was a small ceremony for a new customer. It was not a big event, just a short welcome, a few words from the manager, and some coffee after the meeting. But Lena still felt anxious. She checked the chairs. She checked the table. She checked the name cards. Then she checked them again. Her co-worker Ben smiled and said, "Lena, everything looks ready." Lena laughed a little. "I know. I just want the customer to feel comfortable." Ben nodded. "That's a good reason to care, but don't put too much pressure on yourself." A few minutes later, the customer arrived. Lena walked to the door and said, "Good morning. Welcome to our office. Please come in." Her voice was calm. Not perfect, but calm. During the ceremony, the manager thanked the customer for working with the team. Everyone smiled. The room felt warm and friendly. After the ceremony, Lena helped serve coffee. The customer said, "Thank you." Everything was very clear and comfortable. Lena felt her shoulders relax. Later, her manager gave her some feedback. "You prepared well, your greeting was natural, and the room felt welcoming." Lena smiled and said, "Thank you. I was a little nervous." Her manager said, "That's normal. Nervous means you care." Lena went back to her desk with a quiet smile. Sometimes work is not about doing something perfectly. Sometimes it is about showing up, speaking clearly, and helping people feel welcome. Today, try one calm sentence when you feel nervous at work. Story 2. The cart issue. On Tuesday morning, Noah opened his laptop and checked the support messages. One message came from a customer. It said, "I added 2 items to my cart, but the total price looks wrong." Noah read the message again. Then he opened the order page. The customer was right. The cart total was not correct. Noah felt anxious for a moment. He was new on the support team and he did not want to make a mistake. So he wrote a short message to his manager. "Hi Emma, I'm checking a customer issue now. The cart total looks incorrect. I'm looking into it and will update you soon." Emma replied, "Thanks Noah. Please ask the product team to review it too." Noah joined a short call with the product team. He said, "The customer added 2 items to the cart. The final price is higher than expected. I don't know the cause yet, but I can share the order number." His co-worker Maya checked the latest update. Then she said, "I think this came from yesterday's continuous deployment. A small pricing rule changed." Noah nodded and took notes. "So the issue is from the latest update?" Maya said. "Yes, we can fix it today." After the call, Noah sent a clear update to Emma. "We found the cause. The product team is fixing a pricing rule from the latest deployment. I'll reply to the customer after testing." Emma answered, "Good update, clear and calm." Noah smiled a little. He learned something useful that morning. You do not need to know the full answer immediately. You just need to explain what you know, ask the right people, and follow up clearly. A clear update can make a difficult moment feel more manageable. Story 3. A simple question in the meeting. At 10 a.m., Grace joined a project meeting. The team was talking about a new tool for customer support. The tool could read customer messages and suggest a possible answer. Grace listened carefully. Her co-worker Daniel said, "The system uses inference to understand the message and suggest the next step." Grace looked at the screen. She understood most of the presentation, but not that word. Inference. She felt a little anxious. Everyone else looked comfortable. For a few seconds, Grace stayed quiet. Then she remembered something her manager once told her. A good question can help the whole room. So Grace raised her hand and said, "Sorry, can I ask a quick question? When you say inference, do you mean the system makes a smart guess based on the message?" Daniel smiled. "Yes, exactly. That's a good way to say it." Grace nodded. "Thank you. That helps." After the meeting, Daniel walked with her to the coffee area. He said, "Thanks for asking that question. I think some other people were wondering too." Grace laughed softly. I was worried it was too simple. Daniel shook his head. No, simple questions are useful. They make the meeting clearer. Later that day, Grace wrote a short update to her manager. The meeting was helpful. I asked one clarification question, and now I understand the customer support tool better. Her manager replied, Great, keep doing that. Grace smiled at her screen. She still did not know every technical word, but she knew how to ask calmly, and that made her feel more confident. A simple question at work can open the door to better understanding. Story 4. A little feedback after lunch. After lunch, Emma returned to her desk with a cup of tea. She had just finished a customer call. The call was not bad, but she kept thinking about one moment. The customer asked a question about the delivery date. Emma answered, but her answer was a little too long. She knew it. Sometimes, when she felt anxious, she explained too much. Her manager, Paul, walked by and said, Do you have 2 minutes? Emma nodded. They sat near the window. Paul said, The call went well. You were polite and the customer sounded comfortable. Emma smiled. Thank you. I was worried my answer was too long. Paul nodded gently. That's good self-awareness. My feedback is simple. Next time, give the clear answer first, then add details if the customer asks. Emma repeated the idea quietly. Clear answer first, details second. Yes, Paul said. For example, you can say, the delivery date is Friday. I'll send the full details by email. That is enough. Emma wrote it down in her notebook. She did not feel embarrassed. Actually, she felt relieved. The feedback was not a criticism. It was a small tool she could use next time. Later that afternoon, another customer called. This time, Emma tried the new sentence. The delivery date is Friday. I'll send the full details by email. The customer said, Great, thank you. Emma smiled. That small change made the call easier. Good feedback does not make you smaller. It helps you speak with more confidence next time. Story 5. The quiet deployment day. On Thursday afternoon, the office felt calm. No one was speaking loudly. No one was rushing around. But the product team was very focused. Today, they planned a continuous deployment for a small update. The update was not huge. It only changed the way the system showed information on the customer page. Still, Daniel felt anxious. He had tested the update in the morning. Everything looked fine, but he knew that even a small change could affect real users. His coworker Priya noticed his face. You look worried, she said. Daniel smiled a little. I'm okay. I just want the deployment to go smoothly. Priya nodded. That makes sense. Let's check the steps together. They looked at the checklist. Test results were complete. Customer page preview was correct. The support team was informed. The rollback plan was ready. Priya said, Looks good. You prepared carefully. Daniel took a slow breath. Thanks. I needed to hear that. A few minutes later, the update went live. Daniel watched the dashboard. 1 minute passed. Then 5 minutes. No errors appeared. The customer page loaded normally. Priya smiled and said, Nice work. Daniel leaned back in his chair. The anxious feeling did not disappear all at once, but it became smaller. Later, his manager sent a short message. Good deployment today, clear preparation and calm teamwork. Daniel saved the message, not because it was big praise, but because it reminded him of something important. Careful work often looks quiet from the outside, but inside it takes patience, focus, and trust. Small, careful steps can make a busy workday feel steady. Story 6. Guessing the right next step. On Friday morning, Mia joined a short training session. The topic was customer messages. Her manager showed the team a simple example. A customer wrote, I cannot find the report in my account. Then the manager asked, What should we do first? Mia looked at the message. She wanted to answer quickly, but she was not sure. Maybe the customer opened the wrong page. Maybe the report was not ready. Maybe there was a system problem. Her manager said, It's okay not to know the answer right away. First, make a careful inference. Mia wrote the word in her notebook. Inference, a careful guess based on the information you have. The manager continued, the customer says they cannot find the report, so our first step is not to blame the customer. Our first step is to ask one clear question. Mia nodded. She tried a sentence. Could you please tell me which account page you are checking? Her manager smiled. Good, that is polite and useful. Then another co-worker added, we can also say, I'll check the report status on our side. Mia wrote that down too. Later that day, a real customer sent a similar message. Mia felt a little anxious at first, but this time she had a simple plan. She replied, thank you for letting us know. Could you please tell me which account page you are checking? I'll also check the report status on our side. The message was clear. It was polite. And it did not promise too much. A few minutes later, the customer answered with more details. Mia smiled. Now she could help in the right way. At work, a careful question is often better than a fast guess. Story 7, the meeting room question. On Monday afternoon, Aaron joined a planning meeting. The team was preparing for a small online ceremony with an important customer. The ceremony would celebrate the start of a new project. Aaron was responsible for the meeting link, the slide deck, and the welcome message. It sounded simple, but he still felt anxious. Before the meeting, he checked the link 3 times. Then he checked the slide deck again. His co-worker Nina noticed and said, "You're being very careful today." Aaron smiled. "Yes, I just don't want the customer to have trouble joining." Nina nodded. "That's fair, but remember, you can ask for help before the ceremony starts." During the planning meeting, the manager asked, "Aaron, is everything ready?" Aaron wanted to say yes immediately, but then he paused. There was one thing he was not sure about. He said, "The meeting link is ready, and the slides are ready, but I'd like someone to test the link with me after this meeting." The manager said, "Good idea. Nina, can you help?" "Of course," Nina said. After the meeting, Aaron and Nina tested the link together. It worked well. Then Nina gave Aaron simple feedback. "You did the right thing. You gave a clear update and you asked for support before there was a problem." Aaron felt relieved. He realized that asking for help did not make him look weak. It made the ceremony safer and smoother. The next morning, the customer joined the online ceremony without any trouble. Aaron smiled quietly at his desk. Preparation is important, but asking early can be just as professional. Story 8, one calm follow-up. On Friday afternoon, Ava checked the support inbox before the weekend. Most messages were simple. One customer asked about an order. Another customer asked how to remove an item from the cart. Ava answered both messages carefully. Then she noticed one older message. It was from a customer who had reported a problem earlier in the week. The team had fixed the issue, but no one had sent a final follow-up yet. Ava felt a little anxious. It was not a big mistake, but she did not like leaving a customer without an answer. She opened the message and read the history. The problem started after a small update. The product team had already checked it. The latest continuous deployment had fixed the cart issue. Ava wanted to explain everything, but she remembered her manager's feedback. Clear answer first, details second. So she wrote a short reply. "Thank you for your patience. The cart issue has now been fixed. Please try again when you have a moment." Then she added one more sentence. "We're sorry for the trouble and we appreciate your feedback." Before sending it, Ava read the message aloud quietly. It sounded clear, it sounded polite, it sounded human. A few minutes later, the customer replied, "Thank you for the update. It works now." Ava smiled. It was a small moment, but it felt good. She had not done something dramatic. She had simply closed the loop. At work, a good follow-up can turn a problem into trust. One thoughtful message can help someone feel taken care of. As usual, we will review the vocabulary list created by the Quick Ask extension. Please practice it by doing the exercise in the section next to it. If it does not feel perfect yet, you can use the new question feature and practice again and again. Combining podcast listening with a related vocabulary list helps us see the words from more than one angle.
Thank you for watching this video. If you found this content useful, please subscribe to support the channel and join me in keeping our English learning streak going every day.